Hey, Tripp here. I'm the head of formation at Dwell, and it's great to have you with us today. I want to take just a moment and show you a few ways that you can use Dwell to enhance your life of prayer. In so many ways, this is the very heart of why we built the Dwell app in the first place. While it's so important to listen to Scripture and deepen our understanding of the Bible is not a textbook. It's a means by which we encounter the living God in real and transformative ways, and prayer lies at the very heart of that transformation. And so I'd like to show you just two simple ways that you can do this with the Dwell app. Let's dive in. If you look at the screen here, you'll see I'm on my Me page, which you can access here in the bottom right of the Dwell app. And I have a few favorites that I've saved that I wanted to show you by way of example as we discuss prayer. And the first is that well-known psalm, Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd, perhaps the most well-loved passage in the whole of the Bible, and yet I think an amazing one to pray with, a way to open our hearts to the loving, shepherding care of our good Father. And so, let me show you just two settings here in Psalm 23 that will help you pray as you listen. So if you click here on the Options button in the bottom middle and scroll down, there's two settings called Repeat and Reflect. And these I use to help enhance my life of prayer. So let's turn them on. Repeat is a way for a passage, a book, chapter, playlist, or plan to repeat once you finish it. It's as simple as it sounds. And yet, simple though that may be, it encourages you to settle in as you listen, to not rush ahead to the next thing. And so Psalm 23 is less than a minute long to listen to. And yet, what if you repeated it and listened to it 3, 4, 5 times, each time letting it soak a little deeper into your heart? That's a way to do this here. So we have it turned on. And then in a complementary way, and I really love this setting, Reflect. When we turn this on, it's a way to add moments of silence. Silence between verses, chapters, playlist tracks, or items in your queue. And so today I'm going to add time between each verse of Psalm 23. And then you can use this slider here to add more time if you want to go, say, to 15 seconds. But let's keep it, for example, just at 5. It's a little easier for us to show you how this works. But if you're praying, I'd encourage you maybe 15, maybe even more. Go all the way up to 30 to create that additional silent space where you can really dwell with the Lord. And so now as we begin, if I push play and it begins verse 1, as verse 1 ends here on the screen, you see silent reflection. 3, 2, 1, and then it continues with verse 2. And I know that may seem simple, but it is profound because it gives you that space to respond prayerfully for whatever you just heard in the verse that just preceded it, for you to then respond to the Lord, to open your life to Him. And so play with that. Find a setting that works for you and use that as a way to pray as you listen to Dwell. The other example I want to show you is our Dwell Daily Devotional. You'll see here, I chose this one. It's nicely titled for our discussion, Listen in Silence. And yet you can find each day's Dwell Devotional updated daily on the homepage. And so if I click in to Listen in Silence, I'll pause it. This begins the Dwell Daily Devotional experience. It's primarily an audio experience, yet if you click here in the bottom right, you'll see it will bring up the text and you can follow along by scrolling if you so desire. The reason I love Dwell Daily is it encourages you and me to build a habit of daily prayer. As a guide walks you through the scripture, they will always invite a response from you, invite you somehow to turn that scripture verse into a prayer, into a response of faith. And that's the way we deepen and expand our life of prayer and live in an abiding relationship with the Lord. So, two very simple but profound ways to pray using the Dwell app. I encourage you to try them both out. And if anything I've said brings up a further question or comment or something you'd like to discuss, we're here and would love to talk to you. Simply shoot us an email at help@dwellapp.io and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Thank you again for your time. May God bless you, and may the word of Christ dwell in you richly.